Hello, I'm Juan Sebastian Gomez. Welcome to the first episode of my series on my creative process. But let's acknowledge one first thing. Haircut and all for you guys. Anyways, over the course of the next 4 to 5 weeks, I estimate, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step approach that I take for creative endeavors. The idea is that we identify problems, we turn them into ideas, and we materialize them into strategies or design. So whether you're into business or creative efforts or services, this is the place for you to be. Disclaimer: nothing of what I say is carved in stone, and the approach is iterative on itself. Therefore, the process is deemed to change, and it is just simply a tool that continues evolving, not a warranty for success in creative efforts. With that said, let's dive in. To make this truly hands-on, I will use the Nexa project as my reference. Today's episode, we will explore the research phase, recollecting my own experience, gathering insights, understanding the problem, and identifying opportunities. Yeah? Next week, we'll move into scope, where we'll define a problem using a problem tree framework, which is what you see here, and narrow down what we'd like to do to address the problems we identified and or feel are more pressing for the brand. After that, we will jump into the create phase, where ideas start bubbling and taking shape, guardrailed by the scope. Finally, we will be taking a look at the publish phase, which is basically what you end up seeing in YouTube, where we shape and produce the final story. Every project starts with a deep dive into the problem area. In the case of the Nexa project, my first step was to understand if my experiences with the brand and the frustrations I had with it were isolated or rather common to other Nexa customers. I started recollecting insights of my two contact with Nexa dealerships during the process of inquiry and purchase of my beloved Jimny. Remember? I tried to remain non-judgmental in my narrative, although biases of every nature resurfaced as I narrated the experiences to myself. I went also through messages and material I collected during the purchase process. I'd say that this recollection process was deeply personal, and like I said, biased and judgmental. But it also helped me see the experience from a different perspective. And I was even able to draw very positive aspects, which I practically forgot, was it not for this systematic approach through memory lane. To me, it was crucial listening to the brand. However, given the time constraint, I said to myself I had to be creative in the way to listen to what the brand had to say for itself. Coincidentally, around the time when I was doing this specific challenge, the Nexa challenge, at the time, a podcast by Professor Scott Galloway, look out for him, about his work with artificial intelligence were broadcasted. He spoke about using LLMs and how he was much effective with his thought partner. What attracted me the most to what he said was the thought that AIs won't judge us. We can unload all our biases on it. Negative feedback isn't going to be a bit hurtful. I know I have to mature a big deal. Case in point. Whatever you see here in blue are succinct, powerful insights into the brand delivered by ChatGPT. Plus its data collection, it briefs customer sentiments and either validates or not my own experience and perception, which was precisely the point that I wanted to move forward with after I did my recollection. How much of an overlap is there between what I say and what other customers say? Research is about finding the right data. And remember, the Nexa experience was mostly a person-to-person interaction. For that, I analyzed the premium brands like Mercedes-Benz and Volvo in Chennai. What I wanted to understand is what benchmarks a premium experience and what is the point of reference for Indian customers. The research doesn't just happen online or in reports, it's also about direct observations. What do customers experience when they walk into a showroom? How does the physical space affect perception? How does staff respond to customers and how do they act in front of customers. I also went back to the future, visiting a Nexa branch I hadn't visited. Again, to see how biased was my memory, but also to dip the toes into very different interpretations of the premium experience. The research was based on data collection, personal data collection, basically the recollection of my interaction with the brand through the process of purchasing, said my beloved Jimny. Information I found in internet, succinct and summarized through ChatGPT, maybe to an extent even curated, one could dare saying. My own research of benchmarks of what premium truly means through Mercedes-Benz and Volvo. Plus, on the other side, a visit to a Nexa showroom, basically to see where things were, not just simply to live in the past. With that, I came to see that there was a tension between the values that the brand professed and its actual operations, which started setting the foundation for what would come next. And the basic summary of my research basically said that the experience was inconsistent, somewhat opaque or lacking transparency, archaic, and did not leverage technology like it could. So there was a lot of potential to improve. Research sets the foundation for everything that is going to come to us. It's where problems turn into opportunities and ideas start taking shape. I gotta say, however, that there's no stop to the research. The research continues throughout the project, impregnating the ideas and steps that are coming along. Next week, we'll move into the next step, defining the scope. There, the insights that we have gained through the research are going to turn into actionable hypotheses, plus we will restrict ourselves to take action where we think there is the greatest potential and positive impact for the brand. If you're interested in seeing how design and business converge with each other, hit subscribe and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.